is Mary with Studio B, doing some accessible movement with you today, and this is part of our beginner series. So I offered a practice doing spinal movements while seated. So today I also wanted to give some spinal movements to do while standing. So the first thing that's really important when we're standing to do a practice is to make sure our feet are hip width distance from each other, and you want them to be firmly planted on the floor. And then you're going to check in and make sure your knees are not locked, that they are loose. If we lock our knees, that makes it very rigid and it's hard for us to do movement. It also, if you have any back pains or knee issues, it can exacerbate that as well. So the feet are hip width apart, the knees are slightly bent. We're going to check in with the hips, make sure they're aligned over the ankles, and then the shoulders aligned over the hips. So sometimes we can go forward or go back. So we're just checking in to make sure we have a solid foundation to do some movement. And then the head and the shoulders over the hips. So we'll just start with our hands at our side. And we'll take a couple of nice deep breaths here. A nice deep inhale and a long exhale. A nice deep inhale, followed by a long exhale. Feeling a little bit more settled after deep breathing helps us also feel grounded in our position. So we're checking in with the breath and the body before we begin. If you have any stability issues, it's okay to do this against the wall or with a chair, which you can turn so its back's to you. And if you're ever feeling like you're losing your balance, you can put your hand on the chair. So making sure that you have the support you need. And as always, if there's any physical pain when we're doing a movement, please stop. We can visualize the movement instead of physically doing it. We want to be very careful to make sure our body's okay as we do these gentle stretches. So now that we're in a line, and there's a chair if you need it for stability, or else you can go against a wall. We're going to start by bringing the arms up and over our heads. So for everyone, this might look different. You might stop here. You might stop here. If you're able to, you can go all the way up the top. And then we're going to push the air down through the middle. So we're going to connect the breath. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling the arms down. Making sure the knees aren't locked as well. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling them down. Inhaling them up. Exhaling them down. One last time, inhaling them up. And exhaling them down. This is our gentle warm-up to get the muscles warm, to get the blood flowing. And we're going to check in with the upper body first. And we can do this in several ways. We're going to do some shoulder rolls. And if you want to leave your arms at your side, that's fine. If you're feeling it would be more helpful, you can put the arms out and do the shoulder rolls right here. And we also can put the arms on the top, the hands on the top of the shoulders, and do the shoulder rolls here. So finding whatever spot feels the most comfortable, down at the side, open, or hands on the shoulder, and really feeling that full range of movement here. So something that's good to remember when we're doing movement is the body is a whole. So we are, maybe if we're not thinking about different parts of the body, we are engaging them. And we are making sure the feet are planted, the knees are bent, and reversing the motion wherever you are. Really feeling that nice circular motion, warming up the shoulders, loosening up the shoulders here. All of which will help do our spinal reset. And then we can lower the arms to the side. We're going to take a moment to check in. Maybe you feel the shoulder blades moving down the back a little bit. Next, I'm going to take one arm up and over. We're going to do a little side body stretch. Again, the placement of the arm as it goes up, if you stop right here, that's fine, or here. I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to slowly and gently bring the right arm over towards the left side here. And then I'm going to stick out this right hip. And we're getting this nice stretch along the side of the body on up. So during this movement, we need to be careful that we're not collapsing in, but we're really lengthening here. And you can stick your hip out for a little bit more engagement. And if it's comfortable, you can look up towards that arm, but just landing wherever your body is feeling a nice stretch. Really breathing deeply here as well. And we'll slowly lower that arm, which was the right arm, and we'll go to the left. Again, if you have any balance issues, it's fine to use the chair as you go over. So going up the left side here and bringing the left arm over, we can bring that left hip out, not collapsing in on the chest. Remembering to breathe, feeling that nice full side body stretch here. And this way we're getting the side to side motion in the back as well. And we'll switch again. This time I'll use the chair to show you what it looks like. The right arm goes up and over. The hip goes out. Very lightly, I'm not putting all the weight on this arm if you're using a chair. Again, not collapsing down, just feeling that full range of movement. You can look up towards the arm if that feels good. Lowering that right arm and switching to the left. Again, really feeling into where the body is feeling that nice medium stretch. We don't want too much or too little, so feeling into the body and seeing what's needed. And gently lowering the left arm. Next, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a hug. So what I like to do is take the right hand to the left shoulder, and then the left arm can go to the right elbow, and we can pull this arm across. And then if you want to give yourself a pat on the back, that's fine, but really feeling the stretch is going to be along here on the right arm into the right shoulder. Again, giving that upper body a nice full open space here. And we can lower these arms and switch the left hands going to the right shoulder, the right hand's going to the left elbow. Again, very gently. If that feels comfortable, again, another pat if that feels good. Really feeling the stretch again along the upper left arm into the shoulder blade. Releasing, switching sides. Right hand to the left shoulder, right hand to the left elbow. And if you want a little bit more engagement, you can stick the arm out straight. Whatever feels good here for you. Let's check in with our knees, make sure they're soft. And releasing down, left arm, left hand goes to the right shoulder, right hand goes to the left elbow. And again, you can open up the arm, you can leave it on the shoulder, wherever you're feeling that nice, gentle movement. We're going to release both arms down to the side, shake them out. Now we're going to do some forward fold movement. And again, if you have any spinal injuries, we're going to be extremely gentle, but if you've been told not to do this movement, just visualize it. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see the range of motion. Again, a chair can come in handy. And when people think of a forward fold, they think of going all the way down, but we're not going to do that today. If you don't have a chair, you're just going to round the shoulders forward, and you're going to bring the gaze down. And you could stop here with the hands on the thighs, or else the hands can dangle. And if it's okay with your cervical area, you can bring the chin down, and we're going to bring the navel to the spine. We're going to feel this all throughout the spine here. For those of you that would like a chair for support, again, we're going to round forward here, You can place the hands right here if you're feeling that would be helpful, making sure the knees, of course, are bent. Again, we can bring the navel to the spine, and the eyes can gently gaze at the ground, or else you can tuck the chin if that feels good. Wherever we're landing, taking a couple of really nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to slowly bring ourselves up. So taking our time, not rushing, making sure we're getting all the way up to the top. And again, we'll check in with the posture, knees over the ankles, hips over the knees, shoulders over the hips, aligned with the head and neck. Slowly bringing ourselves forward. Again, you might find yourself going a little bit deeper this time. And we're just really feeling a nice rounded stretch here. We're not going to go all the way down. Use the chair if needed. Navel to the spine. If you would like a little bit more of a stretch, you can also cross your arms here. That gives you a different stretch. You're going to feel that in arms as well. Nice couple deep breaths here. Inhaling the body slowly back up. Getting aligned in our posture. Checking in to see how the back is feeling now. For our last movement, I'm going to engage the lower portion of the back, the pelvic area. And again, I'll turn to the side so you can see this movement. It's small, but it's very effective. Again, if you need to balance with the chair, that's fine. So we're going to do a small pelvic tilt. If it helps to place your hands on each side of the body, you can. But basically, we're just rolling the pelvic forward and rolling it back. Very small movement. We're engaging our lower lumbar area here. And also getting a little bit of the abdominal muscles going too. So we're rolling in and rolling out. Again, we're not doing a large hip thrust here. We're just really feeling that pelvic bone tilting front and back just to loosen up the lower back a little bit. If you're with the chair, again, you can use it for balance. This is a little low, so I'm going to stay up high. Let's do this 3 more times. Again, these small movements can have really big gains, so feeling the integrity of the movement more than it doesn't have to be a large movement, it can be very small. And 1 more. Bringing the body back to stillness, finding our center. All of these exercises can be repeated if you want to do 3 sets of 10. It's a great way to break up your day as well if you're feeling that you've been at your desk for a long time, you need a little bit of engagement and counteractive movement with the spine. And also, if any of these things are causing any discomfort, again, please don't do them. Really listening to the body's wisdom, it knows where it can and can't go. But I really appreciate you joining me for this practice for the spine as we do it standing, and I look forward to sharing more accessible movement practices with you. Thank you.